Yuki Tsunoda looks like he's sliding into the RB21 like butter on a hot pan. Smooth, confident, and maybe a little too comfortable for someone about to face the pressure cooker that is his home Grand Prix. This weekend isn't just any weekend. It's his damn dream debut with Red Bull, and the guy's already clocked in some solid hours on the simulator. And guess what? His feedback. Pretty much exactly what Red Bull fans would kill to hear. Like a damn lullaby for the Milton Keynes engineers. But here's the twist. Liam Lawson, the poor bastard who had a shot before, was also saying all the right things after his sim sessions. So now we're all asking the obvious. Can Tsunoda turn 5 years of racing experience into a performance that doesn't crash and burn under the weight of the Red Bull expectations? Because let's be honest, if he flops, Red Bull's left scratching their heads asking, what the hell do we do now? The Japanese Grand Prix is knocking at the door, and all eyes are going to be glued to Yuki's every move. After 2 utterly forgettable and borderline tragic stints from Lawson, the team finally decided, screw it, let's go with the grown-up. They needed someone who knows what the hell they're doing to help tame this diva of a car and guide its development in the right damn direction. So enter Yuki. Red Bull wasted 0 time getting him fitted into the RB21, which, let's not sugarcoat it, is a proper handful. The car's twitchy as hell, eats tires for breakfast, and has a reputation for being an absolute drama queen. But according to Yuki, not that bad. Apparently, all that panic the media's been spewing? Overblown. He says the car doesn't feel like it wants to kill him every lap, which is already a win. Reports go even deeper, saying this beast actually matches his driving style like a glove. Yuki added, with the calm of a monk and the sass of a Tokyo barista. Honestly, I don't think the RB21 is as much of a pain in the ass to drive as everyone says. My setup's probably not going to be the same as Max's. But that's fine. I don't feel anything too weird, at least not in the simulator. I guess the kind of car I like is just different from what Max wants. And there it is, straight from the man himself. He's not trying to be Max. He's doing Yuki. And this weekend, we're about to see whether that's enough to shake up the Red Bull pecking order, or if he ends up as just another name on the list of coulda beens. First things first, Yuki ain't trying to reinvent the damn wheel. His plan? Get a grip on this Red Bull monster, figure out what makes it tick, and then worry about tweaking it into his own personal speed demon. Last year, getting behind the wheel of the RB20 felt a bit like doing a PR stunt with a steering wheel. Yeah, it looked good, sounded promising, but underneath it all, it was still a proper drive. So now with the RB21, he's convinced this bad boy might just be the ones. He's already spent a couple of days locked inside the simulator, probably hopped up on caffeine and running virtual laps, till his eyes bled. And his verdict? Surprisingly chill. Not the mechanical beast from hell everyone made it out to be. Sure, the front end is twitchier than a squirrel on Red Bull. Something everyone and their dog has pointed out, but he didn't think it was that gnarly to handle. But here's where it gets juicy. Max Verstappen's setup? Yeah, that thing's basically a death trap for 99% of the grid. It's tailored so perfectly to Max's freaky fast reflexes that no one in their right mind should even try to copy it. And that, my friend, is exactly why Red Bull isn't throwing Yuki into that same hellhole of a configuration. Nope, Tsunoda's getting the deluxe package. Toned down aggression, smoother handling, and a setup designed not to throw him into a wall every time he touches the throttle. It's not about him keeping pace with Max, though. If he somehow does stay within a tenth, you can bet there'll be champagne popping in the Red Bull strategy room. The mission is simpler. Score some damn points and keep the Constructors' title hunt alive. Because let's not forget, Red Bull doesn't want just one dude cruising up front while the other is doing donuts in P11. They're gunning for a 5th championship in a row, and for that, they need both cars firing on all cylinders. Even Helmut Marko, never one to sugarcoat a damn thing, came out and said it bluntly. Yeah, we're probably gonna run a different setup in the second car. Something a little tamer. Something that won't bite your head off if you sneeze. Translation: Yuki's getting a version of the car that's actually drivable because, believe it or not, that helps. And here's the kicker, Yuki might not be a world champ yet, but he's not a rookie either. The guy's entering his 5th year in Formula 1. That's not nothing. And while his career's been a bit of a roller coaster, one minute he's crashing into walls, the next he's out qualifying teammates, he's proven one thing since Gasly pieced out of the Red Bull family. Yuki's still standing. He's managed to outshine Ricciardo, De Vries, and Lawson, even if just by a hair. So now the spotlight's fully on him. The training wheels are off, the simulator's cooled down, and the real RB21 is waiting in the garage. Whether he flies or flops, one thing's for damn sure. It's gonna be one hell of a weekend. And that, my friend, is exactly why Helmet Bloody Marco is putting so much faith in Yuki Tsunoda's evolution. He's not the same hot-headed little firecracker who used to scream profanities over the radio like a toddler denied candy in 2020. No. Back then, it was tantrums mid-race and a vocabulary that would make a sailor blush. But now, he's grown the hell up. That growth, combined with the fact that Liam Lawson's recent performances were about as exciting as wet toast, is the main reason Red Bull fast-tracked Yuki back into the big boy seat so early in the season. Marco kept the compliments coming, practically glowing when he said Yuki had overhauled the way he manages himself, cleaned up his act, and has been driving like an absolute bloody ace. According to him, Tsunoda's hit the peak of his career. Finally, and has made another quantum leap this year. God knows they love that phrase in F1. But really, we're talking about a whole new Yuki. The mood swings? Toned down. The random outbursts? Less frequent. He's still a bit feisty, but now it's laser-focused. Took him a few seasons and a lot of therapy with his race engineer, but damn, it seems to be working. Of course, not everyone's popping champagne over this decision. The elephant in the room? Max Bloody Verstappen, and he's not thrilled. The four-time world champ isn't exactly subtle, and he's made it crystal clear he's not loving the team's move to ditch Lawson this early. And no, it's not because Max has some secret bromance with Liam. It's because Max doesn't think the car is doing anyone any favors. From his perspective, it's not about who's sitting in the second seat. It's about the damn car being a moody piece of machinery that only he knows how to tame. Max reckons if Red Bull's engineers stopped playing musical chairs with the drivers and instead focused on fixing the car's balance and making it respond better to feedback, then maybe, just maybe, anyone else sitting next to him wouldn't look like a complete amateur. But instead of sorting out the diva car, Red Bull's idea of a solution? Swap the driver. Again. Apparently, they think it's easier to milk feedback from a fresh voice than to actually build a second car that doesn't act like it's possessed by Satan. So yeah, Max is pissed. Red Bull's rolling the dice on Yuki. And whether it all blows up in their face or turns into a stroke of genius, you can bet the drama is far from over. Still, the grizzled Austrian himself, Helmut Marko, didn't sugarcoat a damn thing. He flat out said, "Yeah, we know Max is grumpy as hell about all this, but we need two cars up front, not just for the constructor's title, but also to help Max bag his 5th world championship." Translation: sorry Max, deal with it. We need someone who won't be parked in P10 while you're out there soloing the grid. What's wild is that everyone's kinda expecting a brand new Yuki this year.